So I guess it started. Yes, there's the counter at the bottom. I'm going to try this out on the laptop. No notes, no script, nothing rehearsed. Just going to flow with it. So that means there'll probably be some pauses like that. Didn't get dressed for the occasion or anything, or maybe I did. I don't know. What do you think? Definitely did not get the spoletto. I think I don't know because it was a free shirto, and I appreciate the free shirts that we seem to obtain at many of these Central Florida events as we support our friends, family, and otherwise. This will be a test video of sorts. Today I was in a little bit of a funky funk and woke up and was trying to dust it off, and it was just sticky, you know? So I decided I need to just jump in. Not bulldoze what I'm feeling, but like just jump in and say, screw it. I got to start somewhere, right? I was battling with I'm not skinny enough yet to do a video. My skin isn't shiny enough. I'm not glowing enough to commence this journey of crap. Exactly. It was all blah blah blah, and I was like, well, you're blah 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 and all over the place. It's time to just like get with it. I have been flirting for weeks with putting together the first video because, oh my God, it's the first video. So then it just kind of like hit me, and I was like, dude, you make the first video when you're feeling like this, because then you have nothing but up to go to. And every video here on after will probably be more and more entertaining, engaging, sharp, to be skinnier. I don't know, but this is the baseline, brah. This is where it all starts. This is not going to be funny unless it ends up accidentally being funny. Because like I said, there's no plan here. There's no jokes. There's no punchlines, setups, or anything. It's just me starting something that I've been talking about for a while now. Compiled over 350 Facebook John Pepe Comedy, I think that's the name of the page, likes, which was awesome. So that was really, that hit right here in the rainbow fist heart area. And I kept thinking, wow, I got 350 people liking this page, but there is no content. Oh well, next subject, go on with life and trying to make money and do all those responsible things. But as I'm doing those things, I got to tell you, no knocking on what my present gig is to make money. I'm very thankful for that. It was a manifestation that took over a year to come into being, but it was a very specific manifestation, and I got what I'd asked for. Checked all the boxes and then some more. But as I do that job, again, very much under the understanding and the respect of the fact that I'm very honored to have this position. But as I do it every day, there's this little voice called comedy, acting, art, creativity clawing in the background, saying, yo dude, don't forget, go do your money thing, go share your medicine, go spread goodness to the community and the surrounding areas, replacing low quality stuff with high quality whatever it is that I happen to be selling, which will go unnoted in this broadcast for I don't know, reasons that don't need to be shared, because it's not the focus of this broadcast. That's it. But I'm not doing anything secretive. I'm doing consulting in sales, which was exciting. Got to set up an LLC for the first time. It was really kind of like, what? I got my own company? Okay, there's really not anything special with that. Anyone can do it. But let's not discount it. It's definitely special. So, video number 1, 5 minutes. Who's going to listen to 5 minutes of this crap? I am, because it's a test. So basically, will I post it? I don't know. But this is the journey. I said I would document the journey. So here, getting to it in the 5th minute. Wow, I can ramble. Don't know if I want to do stand-up. You say comedy, and instantly everyone gravitates toward, oh, well, you're going to do stand-up, and here's this advice, and here's that advice. Whether you ask for it or you don't, most of the time I ask for it, so I'm open to advice, and I think people know that about me, so when they share it, I'm very thankful. But making that assumption is not really accurate as it pertains to me and my journey, because I really don't know if that's the route I want to go. I really want to do something different. I know everyone says that. I kind of want to carve my own path, do something that hasn't been done before. I want to break the rules. I want to redefine the way we define success, not just in comedy, but in the arts in general. These are very broad, big statements here, but that'll come in future videos, I would suppose. But the journey for me, really, I wouldn't say begins today. It began, 40 plus years ago. But as far as the next step is concerned, it's today. There it is. This is video number 1 of many, many, many more to come. And I think that's the route that I, at least today, need to go. That's the one that feels the best. There were some things that I did, some trainings and stuff prior to this decision that led me to this video, and with that was like live Facebook events, some things that were recorded, and so just putting myself in a podcast that I had the joy of collaborating on for a little while. It's just kind of left open right now, but a great partnership there. And so just putting material out there and getting used to, having feedback and being vulnerable and truly, ripping all the curtains down and taking all the clothes off without getting naked type of thing, but being, naked in front of the camera emotionally and as transparent as possible. I'm throwing out all those buzzwords, right now. Hope you're grabbing them. If it triggers you, then maybe we should have a sidebar about what's triggering you, and we can do some work around that. But that's another video and another Facebook page. This is the comedy page. Not very funny yet, like I said. That will build. And therein lies, my angle. My angle, like I was trying to get to in a roundabout sort of way, was that I think this medium is going to be best for me. Making videos on a crappy laptop with a shitty phone, and then graduating toward better devices, whether it be through friends, my entourage as I build up the posse. It's just funny to say that, but I see it. I totally see that happening. Just being surrounded by cool people that want to do cool things. None of us, above the other, but all of us experts and passionitas. I don't think that's a word. Passionate people about what we do and what our particular arts are. I'm not a camera guy, or camera person. I'll need one of those. But someone that loves that work, that loves to capture film and to be the artiste in that medium. That's not me. And so, there's always a hierarchy, I guess, involved in an entourage, but I hope that mine will be, we're all just like looking at each other and like, no, you the man, you the woman, you the person, I'm trying to be PC here, and it just comes out. weird, but like, yeah, you're the shit. We're all the shit. We're all swimming in shit. Shit. So I'm excited about that. But to my point of starting somewhere, here we are today, well over 200 pounds. It was at one time down to 169, and here I am today, well above 169 and 200. So, but figured out some things along the way. Becoming vegan. Still, you can't strip the Italian out of you, so, and yeah, thus the shirt. I don't know, but translation, pasta, bread, all those things gravitate to you for comfort and filling you up, especially when you're a vegan and you're no longer eating the sausage and the meatballs and the fucking all that other wonderful stuff that Grandma made, that Aunt Rose made, that just really just tugs on your heart, but no longer, but now tugs on your heart in a way that's not healthy, and not because of weight reasons, but because of inflammation and God, that's a whole nother video for another page. Like I said, back to the comedy. So, 11 minutes and 25 seconds. I don't know if this video will make the cut, but I had to come before the screen today and do something. And so, yeah, back to making videos. So, making videos. I think I could even do stand-up here in my living room, or, you know, in the dining room somewhere. I'll make a backdrop. Maybe that can be via live Facebook events, like John with the J stand-up, 7 o'clock tonight. Tune in. You know, you can even heckle away on your keyboard if you want. It'll give me practice in a whole different way, I guess, if I happen to see your heckling comments as I'm delivering some type of material that hopefully is funny. And that's something else I wanted to talk about. Excuse me. I feel like I've only been funny in the moment. I've only been funny when telling stories, when hanging out, never getting on stage. And you know, I've definitely mimicked Macaud and or otherwise other people and their acts. I've done some acting and some impersonations and stuff like that, but have I ever for an audience delivered my own material? Only in a classroom, and that was part of the initial thrill of it all, getting an entire class of 30 people, sometimes the teacher included, to break down, you know, you got me, that was funny, that was some funny shit. And other times getting escorted out of the classroom and sent to the principal's office, but you got to take your chances, right? So that was the initial thrill of comedy, I think, being the class clown, trying to win some favor from my colleagues and cronies, and maybe also winning some protection from the bullies should I pick my shot and spot and help them out in a way that made them look good, not being laughed at, but being celebrated. It was definitely an art of survival, really, initially, but then just became a love and a passion, feeling that it was good at something, and it felt good. I have dreams where I'm performing some type of comedy. Usually it's for an intimate, it's never in front of a big crowd, and that probably comes with my terrifying fears of being on stage. But in the same breath, I have electrifying feelings of being on stage. So it's a constant battle, you know, two different aspects within myself that really tear at each other, like, get on stage, what are you, crazy? Or, you know, you're gonna get shot out there type of thing. They're two very extreme, like, but we could change the world, everybody get up type of thing, to you're gonna get your brains blown off by some guy in the balcony. I mean, it's there's no middle ground either. Like, oh, it won't be too bad. It's either like they're gonna, you know, make you run for president at the end of this, to you're gonna get shot because you're trying to run for president at the end of this. And I'm really, to be clear, there will be no presidential candidacy here. That's a bad joke. No desire for that. Have I ever? Maybe I have jested about that before, but again, these are just jokes, folks. Okay, all right, but not funny jokes, not yet. We'll get to that. So, being in the moment with friends and family, so many times celebrated with, man, you should do comedy. Man, do you do comedy? You do comedy. Walked into stores before and just had, owners of stores or clerks say, you must do comedy. Like, where are you performing? I'm like, I'm just hanging out with you. We're just having a good time. We're celebrating the day. But the fact that comes across and that you're picking up on it, noted. Got it. Thank you. Always, sometimes embarrassed. Other times, like, okay, yep, I've heard that. Like, why does everyone say this? And then just getting to the point where, what am I running from? So many people are saying, I'm always looking for what's next. How am I going to make money? How am I going to really provide abundance for my family and sustain that and do it in a way in which it's with something that I love and that fuels me, that I wake up in the morning ready to do. And when I ignited this newfound flame for bringing this more prevalently to the forefront of my human experience, I started writing. I had my little notebook and started scribbling ideas for stories, remembering things that happened that were certainly funny or that could be twisted into a tale of humor or exaggerated in a way that would create laughter and provide that medicine. So it was by the side of my bed for a few days, and I couldn't sleep, which is never a problem for me, at night or into the morning, because I would be inspired by an idea and have to write it down. And that was exciting. I'm like, wow, this is it. This is what I've been looking for. This is that thing. This is that fire that I've been craving, that we all need to chase and dance with that flame. And then responsibility settled in, and it was the how started weighing in. And that how is tough, man. That how is the one that we're really supposed to respectfully just kind of ignore and focus on the what do we want, what drives us, what is that fire, and then just dive into that and believe in that and invest in that and know that will burn down the pathways into spreading those phoenix wings and flying into each and every new opportunity that you create because of that momentum, that confidence, that belief. And I quickly abandoned that, man. I said, well, I gotta make money, not valuing the fact that what this is could eventually be not just like temporary and in the now money, but could be a huge windfall of perpetual money building upon something that I love. And when I look at some of the people that have done similar things that I admire and that I think are funny or that make beautiful music or films or any other type of art that are doing the damn thing and doing it well, seeing them in interviews and really, really listening to their heart of hearts, the ones that are having a great fucking time, man, and you're like, man, I want their life. That would be fulfilling. That each and every day would be like that would make me not want to sleep, but only sleep because I have to sleep. It's reachable. It's right there. Yeah, you got to put the work in. You got to put the time in. But man, I just quickly, this time, shifted gears. I wouldn't say abandoned, but definitely was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, we can do this, but it's got to be second. We gotta do something out here that's the money maker, and we have to keep this important. And this is here. This comedy thing, whatever this thing's gonna be, is here, but this has to be here. And I don't think that's true because it doesn't feel good. So at 20 minutes, there's no way this is going to be the first video. Maybe it is. Maybe, you watch it, you don't watch it. It's real. It's unedited, unpracticed. I burped several times. I'm not going to take that out of there. I definitely feel a little chubby today. But that is what it's. It is what that bread is. That is what that pasta is. It's there because I have to be vegan, and I'm figuring out how to do that in a more healthy and sustainably enriching and uplifting way. And I definitely gravitate towards certain foods when I feel certain ways to fill me up, because I come from a place of lack. Now, I feel like this has taken a turn toward very serious video. Not that it was supposed to be funny. And that's the other thing too. Like, I don't want to be like, all right, dance, monkey dance type of person for the rest of my life. I want to carve how funny happens and why am I being funny, and I think that has to come in a very natural way, like a non-scripted way. Not that everything I do is going to be live or anything like that, which you can do now on YouTube, which is exciting, and that will definitely happen. Please go to John Pepe Comedy on YouTube and subscribe, because that'll help. I can't do certain things until I get to 1,000 subscribers. You have certain limitations, but once you reach 1,000 subscribers, the doors opened up. So currently at around 18 or 19, I believe. Thank you very much, subscribers that have already believed in Project Pepe. Need about 1,000 more. So, but I think writing's going to be big for me, and I think, like a Seth Rogen, for instance, he's getting asked what's the next movie? What are you and your team working on? Or can we throw some ideas back and forth and see if anything sticks to you guys that we'd like to see happen? So he's in the driver's seat in a really unique way, and Seth's just a chill guy that doesn't really have, at least as far as his last interview is concerned, a burning desire to act as much as he's been acting. He keeps getting offered parts, and it's kind of hard to turn that down, but he'll tell you that his passion and his focus is primarily in writing and in making movies versus having to be in them and be a star in them or part of them or whatever. So that's kind of cool. He gets to hang out with his friends, maybe like Adam Sandler, and bring some of his friends into projects that might not get normally cast otherwise. But when you're in the driver's seat like that and things are rolling your way, you get to be the conductor of the symphony to a whole nother level. And sure, there's always someone with a pen that sits higher up on some other imaginary or self-proclaimed throne, but we do what we can do with what we have, and we can definitely change the world from the seats that we're presently sitting in, I feel. So make some good material. Like I said, just put a bunch of stuff, content online. And, BoBurnham did that. He was just making songs and funny jingles in his bedroom with probably a crappier device than I'm working with right now. So we all start somewhere. And he was super young when he was discovered, and he was discovered this way, and just putting something out there. So I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. I can keep talking and talking, but the point was to get something out there. to get some momentum, to go back and look at this and listen to myself, see what I had to say. That's why therapy's great, because we get to just let it go, see where it takes us, without a plan or without a performance or without the pressure. Just go. If this was live, there would be no, oh, I'm not going to put this out there. And that's the next step, really. I think, if I'm not going out and doing stand-up, which is in bars mostly, and I used to drink, and that's a whole nother story, and gosh, it would be challenging, but I'd be fine. But at the same time, it's just a whole scene that I've been there, done that, and I'm not saying it's going backwards by any means. I'm just saying that I know myself, and I know the the romantic nature of those wonderful places that host these events and stuff, and the people and the laughter and the camaraderie, community that, be, okay, I'll stay for one, type of thing. It's just one. It's good for the body, good for the blood, circulating, having a slippery slope to navigate, at least for me and where I've been and what I like and love and all that stuff. But again, not to say that I can't do it, but I'm not really pulled to that late night thing anymore. I stay at home with my partner and my cats, and yeah, I'm getting old, whatever. But maybe going live more frequently and doing less, recorded things could be my audience, so to speak. And the pressure that I put on myself, that people do when they do stand up. So here we go. I'm going live, and I'm going to try out my new material, my new stories, my new whatever I'm working on, and just whatever happens. So I think that'll be a next clear and confident step in the direction that I'd like to take this. Just stand up, sit down, and start telling stories and start getting some feedback, like, oh wow, beyond normal conversation and human interaction and day to day, you actually are funny. You do have a gift. I heard that with the podcast, but I also heard with the podcast that I had abandoned my gift, and I was being much probably like this video, very serious, and that I shouldn't forget what makes me me, and what what works well for me, and that's being funny, not as a defense mechanism or a way or a mask or anything, but a natural voice that comes out of me, and a natural way of being that ends up affecting people in a cool kind of way. And through the podcast, although did some really beautiful things and talked about some really awesome subjects and learned a lot and taught a lot, and even had moments of tears as well, talking about and reflecting on certain things. It was never really like a funny thing. It wasn't supposed to be funny, but that side was unable, at least in the initial stages of what we were doing, to come out. And maybe I suppressed it for some reason. Maybe I thought that the subjects that we were talking about did not warrant the allowance of that aspect to come out. I don't know. But here I am, ready to embrace that in every wonderful way with this 29-minute recording. Might as well take it to 30 and then shut her down. So thank you if you've come this far. I should have said in the very beginning as a disclaimer, this is not going to be funny or a comedic performance, but rather just a confessional of sorts of where I'm at, why I'm doing this today, what led me to hit the record button and sit here for 30 minutes and blah, 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 but it's just to take that first step, to get out there and then maybe make another video tomorrow, maybe go live tomorrow, maybe start writing more tonight and getting back in that flow of things. Just believing that this can be a thing, because every molecule and cell and atom and electron and those science words inside of me are screaming, do this, man, because this is you, man. I'm out. Thanks for tuning in. There'll be much more. Promises. Promises.